All right, my thoughts on Ezekiel Elliott. Let's look into this interview with Jerry Jones and 105.3 The Fan.
That's a great story on Zim. I want to go back to Ezekiel Elliott. You mentioned him earlier and maybe the progress he is making during this season. And look, I guess this is just looking at basic stats and just how unbelievable he was his rookie year and how many 30-plus yard gains that he had. And I've been critical of that he seems to not be able to be elusive in the second level and make guys miss or break the tackle and keep going. I know he works hard for those first downs for you, Jerry. But have you been at all looking at it going, man, we'd love to see him be able to get some jukes where he makes guys miss or he runs through tackles and get those 20-plus yard runs?
Well, I think we're selling him short. And you say, well, numbers don't sell anything short, but I think you're selling him short.
Okay.
He's certainly early when we were full-blown on offense. He was making some things happen, got those turnovers early that put a lot of focus on what he was doing, but still, I know the impact he has on opposing defenses. I know what I see him do relative to the kind of thing he brings to football, his physicalness, his enthusiasm, his ability to just his innate. He's our best football player. He's our best one. And having said that, we just got to have more chances to expose him to the defense, and we're going to do that.
I just wanted to make sure I caught that part right. Like, he's your best running back, or he is the best player on the team?
In my mind, he's our best player.
Wow.
All right. Now, you mentioned the offensive line. What have you thought about the progression of some of the younger players or the way the offensive line has held together under, obviously, a lot of injury stress this season?
All right, so they asked him the question beyond that. And about the offensive line, we can go back and forth and talk about this, especially the offensive line. Basically, the only two pieces that we're missing is the left tackle and the right tackle. The left tackle and the right tackle. Zach Martin is still a dog. We played before with Joe Looney, and he ran before behind Joe Looney, right? Now we have Tyler Biadasz, who's supposed to be better than Joe Looney, right? And also we have the Connor Williams. So you mean to tell me that your Hall of Fame style or your pro all-elite running back, he can't run when his right tackle and his left tackle are out? Now, I think that Ezekiel Elliott, that $90 million that he got, maybe, just maybe, he can give some of it to Tyron Smith. He can give some of it to Lyle Collins. Because that is what it seems to be. Now, there's three people when Jerry Wayne Jones is talking. There's Jerry, the owner. There's Wayne, the general manager. And I think there's Jones, the fan. So we looking at all three of those guys. And when he speak and he talk about this team, we gotta contextualize it as this is not GM talking. This is not owner talking. This is the fan guy that's talking when he's on this show or when he's speaking on 105.3 The Fan. I think they do a hell of a job. They got a lot of information out there for us to gather. Now, far as from the outside looking in, it's horrible, right? But as content creators, man, this is all good stuff, man. Because we can talk about it and go on and on about, hey, what do you think about Ezekiel Elliott? What do you think about this? Now, my thing is, would we like for Jerry to just hush? Would we like for John Stephen Jones to hush? Yes. But let's look at this situation. I said earlier, give it a mulligan because we haven't had an off season, right? And I've seen people who commented down below and said, well, nah, Law, he just trash. Ezekiel Elliott is just trash. Now, on first downs, I can give him a pass because he's averaging 3.9 yards per carry. That's good on first down. But it's everything in between that he's not having a good season so far. we can draw up a diagram and say, well, according to the numbers, he's still top 15 according to running backs, and he's on pace to getting 1,000 yards. We didn't pay him $90 million to do that. And one can argue and say, well, without your right tackle and your left tackle, he's forced to be the sixth offensive lineman. Give the guy a break. He's pretty much having the same warts and issues without having a quarterback on his team. Now, hands down, when Jerry Wayne Jones says, hey, Ezekiel Elliott is the best player on his team, well, it's you can quite sure see that he's not, right? We can all argue that, hey, it's the offensive lineman, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, La'el Collins. They should have every MVP trophy that ever even mentioned for the Dallas Cowboys, if that's the case in the scenario. And when Travis Frederick went down, oh, Lord. And although he retired or what have you, you guys get what I'm saying, right? We built this team to run the rock. I think that there's a stat line out there, and for all the capologists, y'all can pull it up. I definitely don't feel like it, but you guys can pull it up. I think that we, collectively speaking, pay more on that front five than any other team in the National Football League. And going into the season, Jerry himself said this would be the strength of this team. It's quite strange to me, the moment that you knew that La'el Collins had his ailments, and I hope that you get the information before us, he should have been on the phone. He should have been willing and dealing at that time and not trusting a Terrence Steele, not trying to put the weight on him, because we should not even see the kid until probably year 3, year 4. He's an undrafted rookie for a reason. He's still wet behind the ears. And we should already know without a shadow of a doubt that heading into this season, that you can put a placeholder and put somebody in place that you can groom behind Tyron Smith, because there's no way in life that you thought that he was going to play 16 weeks without an injury, when historic data the previous years or what have you shows and prove that the kid cannot continue to play more than 16 games, more than 15 games, more than 14 games out of a year. Y'all post in the comment box when the last time he played a complete season. So all of those things got to be calculated. And this is just me just talking. Just what you would do from a financial aspect, especially when you're budgeting and forecasting. You have to plan for this particular situation to come around. Now, only thing that I will give them a pass on is the fact that Travis Frederick all of a sudden said, hey, you know what? Family is more important to me. And you had to reshape this situation. But you had a Joe Looney in place, who is a solid veteran. And then you drafted in that spot as a Tyler Biadasz, which was good. But we can go back and forth talking about Ezekiel Elliott. One thing that I can see with my eyes, the explosiveness is not there. The burst is not there. But all of the other intangibles are. Can he catch out of the backfield? It's semi there. But he kind of messy when he does it, right? And one can argue and say, well, it's because of this and that. But those sounds like what? Bevies of excuses. But by him coming out saying that, hey, he is our best guy, it lets you know where this organization is headed, right? It lets you know who's running this situation. Now, I do know that the apologists of the Ezekiel Elliott will say, yeah, he is. Well, we in bad shape, Cowboy Nation. Because as poor Ezekiel Elliott looking right now, we will jump up and say hallelujah this weekend if he can give us 60 yards, 70 yards. We'll be happy. Say, oh, yes, our best player gave us 70 yards. If he can bust one open for 25 yards in one rip, boy, we would be saying the path of the righteous man is be set on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish. Boy, I'll be saying my speech again. It's one of those things, Cowboy Nation, where we will really have to look at this thing and look ourselves in the mirror and say, okay, he won. Ezekiel Elliott won. He asked for his money 2 years before his time was up. Rocky Arsenal. If I'm a running back coming out of the college, I'm calling Rocky. Arsenal, Ezekiel Elliott's agent, please sign me up. Please. Because that's how you do business. At the end of the day, this is business. This is business. And I see the people that's putting out there, hey, Ezekiel Elliott jersey sells. Boy, they sell. I think right now it's the number one jersey selling on the Dallas Cowboys team. And if I'm Jerry, Wayne, or Jones, I'm protecting my investment. Hey, at the end of the day, when we lose a game, we feel it more than he feels it, right? Let me know if I'm lying. We feel it more than he feels it. Why, Law? Why? Well, we don't have a yacht that we can go sail around the world on, a helipad where we can fly and go here and there. Oh, we don't have multiple billion-dollar facilities that we can sit back, open up our Johnny Walker Blue. No, we have to face the national media, the Stephen A. Smiths of the world, right? The Shay Sharps of the world, the Skip Baileys. Oh, man, my goodness, we got to hear it from every fan base how trash we are, how terrible we are. We hear it nonstop. And we hear the people saying, hey, it's been 25 years. 25 years of the exact same thing happened over and over and over and over again. When Mike McCarthy was hired, I was happy for a brief second. But when they did that interview, I was just as shocked as everybody else. When he said, and he could have just been lying to kick it, but when he said that, hey, I didn't watch every film, I was just trying to get the job, that hit me in a certain different way. You don't joke with that, because now I can't never get that out of my mind. Let me know if you guys feeling the same way. And I'm sitting there saying, if you think, Jerry, if Ezekiel Elliott is the best guy that you have on this particular team, regardless of what happened with the injuries, why in the hell you didn't call Urban Myers? Because last I seen Ezekiel Elliott holding a trophy was when he had that guy as his coach, right? Let me know if I'm lying. Ooh, sir. Ooh, sir. All right. I'm gonna chill. I don't want to give you guys the real, but I'm just going to give you guys a piece of it. Why you just didn't go and do your real homework? You took a guy, a retread guy, that was sitting on his couch, who didn't have a philosophy together as it relates to the defense, as it relates to everything else, hiring his own buddies. Ooh, sir. Ooh, sir. Let me get on out of here, man. But you guys can feel what you feel. But the analytics came out, and you guys can Google it and find it. We passed more than ever. We doing a whole bunch of things as it relates to reverse analytics opposed to the analytics. And this is supposed to be our guy. But to be positive about it, Mulligan, right? 2020. Remember, I said 2020 is like a cuss word. Well, it's 2020. Next year. Wait till next year. Wait till next year. That's been the same saying for a long time. Wait till next year. What happened at the end of 2007? Oh, wait till next year. What happened the year before that in 2006? Wait till next year. Oh, my goodness. What happened after 2014? Wait till next year. 2016. Oh, wait till next year. 2018. Ooh, wait till next year, right? Y'all see the trend? And I love the draft time, because this is the time when you go into the draft, you can look at it and be like, okay, all right. Possibilities, the unknown. Look, you can draft technically all of the best draft picks in 2021. Hell, we could have had all of the best draft picks in 2020. This year, what have you. Doesn't mean anything if you don't know how to work that thing. Let me give you an example. A 4-year-old with a Ferrari won't know what the hell to do with it. It's a nice, shiny car, but it's still a 4-year-old. He or she don't know how to push that thing and make it work. I think the Jerry and company, same situation. We can have all of the, see, that's what people fail to realize. Oh, give us all the picks, give us all the picks. Don't mean anything. It don't. If you don't know how to finesse it, if you don't know how to work it. And a team full of rookies won't win you anyway. It will sell the hell out of tickets, though. It will. It will give us all type of content to talk about. I digress. All right, Cowboy Nation. That's all the time that I have for right now. I really appreciate you all. If you like what you heard today, hit that like button, share this content. Let that friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to real sports talk. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the bass. Let's go. I'm out. Figure it out, Jerry.